Hello, I'm Joseph Giunta, the music director and conductor of the Des Moines Symphony, welcoming you to today's DMSO Listening Room, part of the DMSO at Home series of videos produced by our musicians from their homes to yours. Today, I will spotlight several female composers and their music. Dating back to the 12th century, women have made significant contributions to the world of classical music through performing. But what has often been overlooked is the importance of their contributions to composition. Women like Hildegard von Bingen, who lived from 1098 to 1179, Barbara Strozzi, who lived from 1619 to 1677, and Isabella Leonarda, who lived from 1620 to 1704. They all composed music that was widely performed in its day. But it wasn't until Fanny Mendelssohn, the sister of the famed Felix Mendelssohn, came along that women began to get more exposure for their talents. Clara Schumann, the wife of composer Robert Schumann, was one of the most distinguished pianists of the time and also showed promise as a composer. But in her own words, she said, "I once believed I had creative talent, but I have given up that idea. A woman must not desire to compose. There has never yet been one able to do it. Should I expect to be the one?" Cecile Chaminade, who lived from 1857 to 1944, wrote a variety of music, including piano pieces, ballet music, and salon pieces, all which were quite popular in America. She was encouraged by George Bizet, who told a friend after seeing some of her music, "This is not a woman who composes, but a composer who happens to be a woman." Amy Beech, who lived from 1867 to 1944, was America's first successful woman composer. She was also a fine pianist, touring Europe and playing her own compositions to great acclaim. Her pieces, although neglected for many decades, are slowly beginning to be played again, which is long overdue. Maxine Talyafer, who lived from 1892 to 1983, knew Ravel and Poulenc quite well, and they all encouraged her to compose. Her works, written mainly in the 1920s, included concertos each for harp and piano. She composed and performed on the piano right up until her death. Ethel Smythe, who lived from 1858 to 1944, was a composer and active campaigner for the early women's movement. She even landed in jail for breaking a window during one of the protests that she organized. When the great English conductor Sir Thomas Beecham went to visit her, he found her conducting a group of singing suffragettes with a toothbrush. Florence Price, who lived from 1887 to 1953, was an American composer who lived in Chicago for much of her life. She is noted as the first African-American woman to be recognized as a symphonic composer and the first to have a composition played by a major American orchestra, the Chicago Symphony. Her music follows many European models, but the influences of her southern roots, she was born in Little Rock, Arkansas, is apparent. She was often inspired by spirituals and blues, which she mixed into her music. All of the women mentioned above are only a few that helped pave the way for women of the 20th and 21st centuries that are now creating vibrant, important, and inspiring pieces for our enrichment. More on some living American women composers next time in the Listening Room. And remember, if you're interested in listening to music by some of the women I just spoke about, I have included a few links of their pieces, which you can listen to right on the webpage after watching this video. See you next time in the Listening Room.